Hi guys. I know you're probably wondering why does she look dusty as fuck and why doesn't she have any makeup on? So what had happened was I didn't feel like putting any makeup on today, like at all. Just didn't feel like doing it. So I was like, don't care. The only makeup I do have on is this right here because I don't know if you guys remember, but in my first video when I did my drunk makeup tutorial, I had a piece of tape in this area because my scar or scab or whatever it was back then, it was still visible. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a scab because I had a pimple and I picked it. And his name's Charlie. And he'd been on it for weeks. And then he left and he left me like a scar in this area. And it was kind of dark at first, but now it's starting to like lighten up and it's fully synced into my skin. So I just covered it up a little bit because I was like, I don't want them to see all my insecurities. So no, that's the only makeup I have on. So yeah, just wanted to address that just in case it looks weird in the light or y'all see a little something in this area. It's because of that. So anyways, guys, what's up? I said what's up. Oh my god. Like dang, that wine did all that. Anyway, Lord. Okay. What's up, guys? How are you guys? How was your Memorial Day weekend? How's everything going? I'm sorry I haven't posted. Well, actually, it's crazy. I feel like I haven't posted in like a month, but it's only been like a couple days, maybe like 5 or 6 days. I don't know, but it's been some days. I know that maybe a week even. Anyway, so I don't really know what this video is gonna be called because I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to talk about my grad party that I had a couple of days ago, which was great. I'm going to talk about the new Aladdin movie that I saw the day after my grad party, which is it was just I don't even know if there's a word to describe that movie that I saw because Lord. And I'm going to talk about my lifelong dream, which ties into the Aladdin movie. So, the grad party was great. Um, it's crazy because it was so much fun and I was really drunk. So I don't really remember a lot. Like I do remember things and bits and pieces and stuff like that. But I was so busy taking pictures of everybody. I had a photographer. I had to take pictures and I was like, oh my god, it's open bar. It was open bar for 4 hours. I thought it was two. Then my mom was like, no, four. So from like 7 to 11. And I was like, my eyes lit up. So I was like, oh, okay. Like sis gonna be drunk. Anyway, and we had a chocolate fountain. I felt really bad because when my mom was planning this grad party, she was super stressed. Like sis, I felt like sis was getting gray hairs by the day. I felt really bad. I told her in the beginning when she asked me what I want, I said, I don't care. You do what you want to do. The only thing I asked for is a chocolate fountain. And she made that happen. So I was excited either way. She did a great job planning it. My dad obviously did a great job, assisting and her needing help and everything, her needing to pick up things. He was like, I got you, because my dad drives, my mom doesn't. He was, helping things out. So it was a good time. I was really excited. I was happy. The people who came, they came. Thank you again to everybody who came. It was a good time. Like, I definitely want to go back to that hall that I had it at before, maybe for like a 23rd, like birthday celebration, 24th. We'll see. But it was a good time. That was a couple days ago. So the next thing I want to talk about is Aladdin. So I saw Aladdin the day after my graduation party, and oh my god, it was so beautiful. Like, it wasn't just a love story because it was about so many different things. I went with my best friend Gabby, who never has seen the animated version because when we were kids, because it's kind of funny to think about. Okay, so when we were kids, she said she's never fully watched the animated version because she was scared of the talking tiger that Aladdin goes in to get the lamp. And I was like, that's scary? Like, what? I guess because, like, his deep voice, I guess. Because I'm trying to think back, like, as a kid, like, was I scared? And I wasn't. Like, it wasn't scary to me. But she never watched it fully because she was scared of the tiger. So this was a new experience for her because obviously her never seeing the original version. I've seen the original plenty of times. So I went into it thinking, oh my god, Excuse me. Ooh, that tasted like wine. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I went into it thinking, oh my God, please don't mess anything up. Please make sure it's authentic as possible and just like get it together. I was a little scared. The trailer, when I saw the trailer like a couple months ago, it looked great, but I still get a little, anxious. So went into it. The first thing I see, obviously, oh, by the way, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it. I'm about to, talk about it just a little bit. So if you want to exit, just go ahead. So the first thing I see is Will Smith singing. Now on Ellen, I watched my Ellen the other day. He said we get to hear him sing in this movie. This is the first time we get to hear him sing, because obviously he's known as a rapper and an actor. When I tell you, when he opened up his mouth and started singing, oh my God, like I swear. There is nothing that man can't do. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna lie. When he started singing, I'm not gonna spoil the song that he sang, but it's such a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite songs from the original Aladdin. So I was so excited to hear him sing it. When I tell you, when that man opened up his mouth, I instantly start crying. Tears, just buckets of tears. So he starts singing, and in my mind, I said, oh my God, like just from seeing like those two small scenes, I was like, this movie gonna be lit. Like he set the bar high. I was like, I got a good feeling about this movie. Like it felt like it was gonna be lit and flawless and authentic, which it was. So watched it, and the guy who plays Aladdin is just so beautiful. Oh my God. Mina, I do not know how to pronounce his last name, but Mina is just he was so perfect for Aladdin and so beautiful. Like, he wasn't just gorgeous he was just, like, everything about him was just beautiful. And I remember in my mind thinking, where have I seen him from? So found out he was Canadian, which ties into what I'm about to say. When I was younger, I was about 18 when this show had came out, so I was a senior in high school. This show on Teen Nick called Open Heart, I think it came out like January, like 2015. I'm pretty sure. Y'all can go check, but I'm pretty sure that's when it came out. And it came out on Teen Nick. And I don't remember what character he necessarily played, but I do remember there was like 2 or 3 Degrassi kids on this show. Another girl who was the main character, and then this guy. I think he might have been the girl who played Imogen on Degrassi's love interest. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's been like 4 years, so I don't fully remember certain things, but I'm pretty sure he was one of the girls from Degrassi's, like, love interest, I think. Anyway, so when I saw this movie, and I remember when he first got cast, I remember thinking, where do I know him from? So when he first got casted, I ain't gonna lie. In my mind, I said, I'm okay with him being casted because I feel like he might do a good job. But in my mind, I wanted the guy from Victorious, because let's be real, the guy who plays Beck from Victorious looks like Aladdin. I think his name's Avin Johan. It's Avin something. And coincidence, he's a Canadian too. So I was like, okay, we just got a bunch of Canadians. So I was excited either way, because in my mind, I was like, Avin will be good, but Mina looks great as well. So I'm thinking maybe like either a combo of the two, or him or Mina, whatever. I was excited either way because they looked great for the part. So Mina gets casted. I watched the movie, and I found out he's Egyptian, which I thought was like great. I was excited because in my mind I was just like, why do I keep saying in my mind? I don't know. I'm like weird, guys. Anyway. In my head, in my mind, whatever, I was thinking as I was watching, I was like, this movie's going to be so good for young little girls who are, a person of color who's Egyptian, Arabian, Indian, because we don't have that much representation in Hollywood of, someone who's Middle Eastern, like, descent. We don't have that much. So a little girl seeing this who is, of that descent, watching this, is going to be able to say, wow, I have somebody who looks like me. Because I remember thinking when I was younger and I first watched Aladdin, I remember saying to myself, why is she brown? Because, all the past princesses before her were white. I don't remember if Mulan came before Jasmine and whatever, but like in my, they were all the other, they were white. So I remember saying, like, why is she brown? And then growing up and researching and remembering, oh my God, she was the first I think that's what it said. I think she was the first white princess, Jasmine was, which I thought was great. I was like, that's great. We're starting to step into diversity. So I was excited to see the movie because I was like, little girls get to, have some kind of representation. So I was excited for that. I think Naomi, oh my gosh, she did such an amazing job. And it was crazy because all the costumes were so beautiful and so colorful, and she just looked great in them. Like, I was excited for her because I remember her seeing in Lemonade Mouth. Don't know if you guys remember seeing her in it. She played Mo, but she was in Lemonade Mouth. So I already knew sis could sing. So I was excited. I was like, she's going to kill this role. Now, apparently, I don't know if this is true. It might be. Apparently, there was rumors going around that Jade from Little Mix, the group, the British group, she was going to play Jasmine. And I was like, oh my God. When I found that out, I was like, I was okay with that. Like, I didn't mind that. I think she would have been a good Jasmine as well. But Naomi, she killed it regardless. Like, I was completely satisfied. Everything was flawless. And in the song they gave her, the new song they have in the movie was great. The fact that this movie wasn't just a regular love story. It was about women empowerment and good conquering evil and friendship, and it was a lot of lessons wrapped into one that I think is going to be great for not only just little girls but young men as well who see this movie. Because me and my friend were talking about this. She said the same thing. She was like, it's crazy how it wasn't just like a Disney love story. A lot of good life lessons were wrapped up into this movie, which I could appreciate as well, especially the self-love lesson, because one of the quotes I think that Will Smith had said to the guy who played Aladdin, I think he said to him, he was like, what did he say to him? I didn't change no. I changed what's on the outside, but I didn't change anything on the inside. Something like that. I know it's not exact, but that's basically he was saying. And then he said to him, he said, you have to be confident in what you have to offer, which I think is a great quote to live by. So all in all the stuff that the genie was trying to teach Aladdin about self-love, I liked and I can relate to. So yes, when I went to go see it, I ain't gonna lie, I cried a bunch of times. I cried when they sing A Whole New World because let me tell you, their harmonies together and the vocals and the way they look together was so fucking beautiful. Like, it truly was. Like, I'm literally about to cry, but it was amazing, visually stunning. It was flawless. The stuff they added was great. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but they added some things, some storylines, and I really liked it. In certain movies, I feel like when they add things, it's just like fillers. And this particular storyline and stuff that they added was not a filler. I feel like it was great for the movie. The new song they added, the storyline was great. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. It didn't take away from the plot. I truly think it added to the plot. So it was great. I'm going to go see it a bunch of times. Already seen it once. Probably gonna go see it like 5 more times because I truly enjoyed it and I cried a bunch of times. I'm probably gonna cry all the time because when I go to movies, and especially if it's like a really sad movie, honestly, if it's a really sad movie, I cry because I get so invested into the characters, especially if it's like a love story and the characters are dying of cancer or somebody's dying of something. I cry. So yeah, I cried during A Whole New World when Will Smith starts singing in the beginning, and like another part, like another maybe 3 parts. I think another part was maybe when Jasmine was singing her new song, and I think another part after that, but I can't remember. But let's just be real. I probably cried most of the movie, like, if I'm being honest. But, so, speaking of crying, when I first saw Will Smith as a genie, I was thinking, I was like, dude, one of my lifelong dreams, I don't know if anybody knows this, it's on my bucket list. I wrote my bucket list, I think I wrote part of it when I was like 8 years old. So, when I was 8, the song Switch came out, and watching him on Ellen dancing with Naomi and Mina to Switch, I was thinking, like, that's on my bucket list. Like, that's my lifelong dream. My lifelong dream is to dance to Switch with Will Smith. Like, if I do that, I made it. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I don't need anything else. Like, satisfied, whatever. You know, that is my lifelong dream. I told my mama, and she was like, really? And I was like, no, like, seriously. That's my lifelong dream, is to dance with Switch with that man. Don't know why. I mean, I think, honestly, you know, when I was younger, because I used to love his movie Wild Wild West. I had it on tape. I used to rewind it every day, watch it every day after school. That was my thing. Wild Wild West was my movie, and That's So Raven and Liz McGuire and the Proud Family was my show. So that's what I watched every day. So, you know, as a kid, and he came up with that song, and growing up, like, I was like, dude, like, I think it'd be great just to just have a conversation with him and dance to the song. Because when I listen to him speak about acting and the way he talks, he's so passionate about it. Like, I love, like, listening to that. I love listening to people who are passionate about their craft. I think it's great. And you learn so much from what they have to, like, say. So when he was on Ellen talking about this role and talking about how Robin Williams did a fantastic job and made it so big, it was just great to listen to him and great to hear how he was terrified, you know, to do this. But he did such a great job, because I feel like Robin Williams kind of took, like, a comedic stand-up and put it into the Genie. And then Will Smith kind of took, like, hip-hop, comedy, in the Fresh Prince persona, like he said, and put it to the Genie, and took some of, like, Robin Williams stuff, and it was nostalgic at the same time, and made it his own and put it together. I think he did such a good job with the Genie. You guys gotta go see this movie, because he did, like, it was amazing. When I was watching it, I was like, oh my god. Like, I understand he was terrified to do this, because let's be real, it's a scary thing stepping into somebody's shoes, like a legend's shoes, to do this. Like, that's scary. I know I would have been terrified, but he did such a good job with it. And it was just everything about what he did, especially, like, you know, the jokes, and obviously the Genie is, like, the comedic relief of the film. He did great. I thought it was spectacular. So yes, Will, I know you probably never gonna see this, because let's be real, only have like 40 subscribers. It's not like I'm a YouTuber who has like thousands of subscribers. But if you ever see this, get at me. I'm trying to do the Switch dance with you, bro. I did the Switch dance at my graduation party, and one of my friends, you know, he saw me bopping, he saw me dancing. He was like, what is that? I was like, you never did a Switch dance before? Let me teach you real quick, because it's really easy. So, did the Switch dance at my party. I might insert a little bit, like, of a video of me doing it, but my aunt took it on, like, her Android, and it's, like, blurry, so, like, you're not gonna be able to see it. But yeah, did that. I think I cried when I was doing it then. I don't remember. I cried a lot. Anyway, but yes, go see that movie. It was awesome. Everything was just, like, so authentic and visually pleasing. And oh my god, wait a minute, I want to talk about something else. Tell me why the guy who played Jafar was attractive. I was like, wait a minute. Now, when I was younger and I saw this movie, I was like, to me, Jafar was like that creepy ass uncle. Like, he was just like, like, what the fuck? Like, stay away from me. But this Jafar, when I saw, like, what he working with, and like his body, and like now he has like longer hair, because obviously for the film he had to like cut it and everything. But when I saw him, I was like, he's cute. Like, he's the hot Jafar. Apparently it's like a trend or something going around on social media, and he is the hot Jafar. And I was like, I agree, he is the hot Jafar, because when I was younger, old boy in an animated film was like creepy Jafar, and I was like, he's annoying, whatever, he's a villain, I get it, like, And I was like, are villains supposed to be attractive? I don't really care, because he's cute. But he did a good job of what he had. Like, they definitely did change Jafar a little bit, like, just, you know, some things, you know, about his character, but he still was able to bring Jafar fully, you know, to the table. I think he did a good job. But he was cute Jafar. He's, yeah, just, when y'all go see this movie, y'all gonna understand what I mean when I say there's creepy Uncle Jafar from the 1992 movie, and there's hot Jafar, who's still creepy, and we still have those characteristics from the original Jafar, but there's some things that they changed a little bit. You know, I did see some comments online, they didn't like what they did with Jafar in the movie. I personally liked it. It was a little different because for me, in my head, I was like, oh, here I go saying in my head again. When I went to go watch it, I was talking to my friend about it. I was like, I kind of got the whole he's a crazy guy with power, and you get to see what a guy who's so crazy what they would do with power. Like, you want power so bad, and you get to see somebody who's a freaking psychopath and what they would do to get power and how far they will go to get power. I kind of like what they did with his character. I think he did a good job. Don't know his name. I forgot. It starts with an M. I know it starts with an M, but I don't really know how to pronounce it. But I thought he was great. So, yes. So, go see the movie. I'm probably going to put out another video for you guys because before I left school, me and my friend Jasmine filmed a cool video for you guys. It is a surprise. She comes up with, like, all these cool ideas. So, I'm going to, edit that and put it up maybe with, like, the next couple days. We'll see. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please put that post notification on, like and comment. If you guys have any suggestions, whether it's challenges or a story time or something you want me to do, I told you guys I'm open to all, suggestions. So, please comment. If you want to contact me through Instagram or Snapchat to give me suggestions, that is fine as well. I love you guys so much. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. Drink lots of water. Go to school. Don't bully. And that means cyberbullying as well because that's not cute, sis, at all. Go see the Aladdin movie. Love yourself. If you don't know, if you're going through something mentally and you don't know what it is or it has something to do with self-love and you need help, please go get help. There's nothing wrong with seeking help, whether you go to a therapist or a counselor at school. I have done it before. There's nothing wrong with that. If you do not feel comfortable talking to a parent, a guardian, or a friend, and you feel as though you need to get help, do that as well. Love your friends. Love your family. Take care of your pets. They need love too. And get this coin, man. Go on and get your bread. Make sure y'all have jobs. And if you don't have a job and you're in high school or college, whatever the case is, make sure you're going to your classes and just get your education, man. Like, just do what you got to do. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys later.